Hey boyos, Demon Joe France here. Hope you're doing great. Joe, if you guys don't know him, cool guy, go check out his channel. So doing this very differently, trying to change up some styles on my channel and see what works, see what doesn't. That's number one. Number two, you guys asked me to review the Swan after I posted the actual best LMG in the game, which, by the way, it is. It might actually be the best gun in the game. Just saying. You guys asked a lot of questions about the Swan. Is it good? Is it worth it? And I figured I was going to do a bonus ThiccTak video, which is this right here. And my last one didn't do so good, and there's a couple of reasons for that. While I was recording today, or streaming rather, we decided to do a little more testing with the Swan. Now the first question that popped up, is it an LMG or is it an assault rifle? And it kind of falls into a hybrid kind of build. Without any magazines, or with one, it goes up to 102. You can get it up to 177, or maybe put a reload speed on it and it's more of an assault rifle. So that's up to you. That makes the basis of the Nutcracker build even questionable, because we're trying to go for the largest magazine size as possible. Now, another issue that came up, especially in the comments as well, is that people said the accuracy and the bloom on the Swan is terrible. So I said, you know what, let's test that out too while we're doing this. This is standing 3.5 to 4 tiles away and shooting at 1 square only is what they're aiming for. And I gotta admit, it seems a lot better from this side than actually shooting the gun. I too thought the bloom would be terrible. But just testing around with having 3 different people shoot it, it doesn't seem to be that bad. So it's up to you. If you want to consider this gun an LMG, I guess it can be like a hybrid LMG. If you think the bloom is terrible, it really isn't that bad. And these are just, you know, regular players in a stream. So that's up to you guys. Figure that one out for yourself, and we're gonna break down the rest of the gun now. So we are working with the same build as before. The Swan is an LMG, so we're gonna use mad tidings. We're going to use keep out or whatever you want here. Start up, in a pinch, assault crit damage, assault damage, waste not, whatnot. Now, in a pinch is different from the headshot damage perk. Although the headshot damage perk works here, in a pinch, the Swan has an issue trying to keep up with other LMGs. Even though it has a decent 6 perk that is unique, and there's a couple of them, I have 2 currently. And we're gonna talk about the math, how that works exactly. But let's take a look at, just if you didn't watch the last video, mad tidings, start up, these character perks right here, and a few other things. I had make it rain on the last one. Assault damage, increase your damage. If I put make it rain here, it'll be 232% extra damage. Additive. I'm not taking 232% of the entire. Never mind. It's not gonna work. It's just people just don't get it. How damage works in this game is you take the percent it adds and you just add it to the end number. So I'm not taking percentages of anything. I'm taking the total cumulative amount, and would be, if we were doing damage per shot, adding it to the base number. And then crit damage and crit chance also work upon this. So that's just an FYI for people who say I can't add. You were at 232% if this was make it rain after 50 bullets. Now, this is why LMGs are in such a good place right now. That's why the Terminator is the Swan is and the LMG, the Mercury LMG, is just god tier. So we're gonna take a look at why the Swan doesn't really keep up with the other LMGs. Number one, the rolls on the gun are interesting to say the least. Before I actually get into this, the Swan is perfectly fine. If you like the gun, use it. It's actually pretty good for killing smashers pretty quickly. So that's just off the bat. I'm not hating on the Swan. I have no problem with the Swan. Just it gets outclassed. So the one I have that I didn't perk up, because to be honest, I'm running out of perk up from the new update. The one I have is crit rating, durability, physical damage, 40 stability, 24 damage, miss monsters. Now the footage you're gonna see is not this gun. The Swan, I will show you it in a second though. The Swan has an interesting perk. Each shot fires 1.8 critical rating for 1 second, stacks up to 15 times. So if we take out our trusty calculator again that you guys love, that I added 10 plus 15, but you guys do math while you're recording a video. 1 times 8, 1.8 equals 27%. Now, here's the question, which I don't know. Everybody knows that crit chance has diminishing returns. So even if I was to keep it this build, is that 27 times? So it would be 49%? Would it be 49%? I don't know. Maybe, but I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it would get diminished returns, but if it didn't, it's interesting. In fact, I can't do this video without looking it up. So sadly, this perk does not show up in game. As you guys can see in the footage behind you, it just doesn't show up. So I can't tell if it's diminishing returns. I can't tell what it actually gives you on top of the base crit chance, which in this gun on this roll is 22.5%. But it doesn't really matter because I didn't use this weapon in the footage anyway. The weapon I did use was this one right here. My friend gave me this. It's a 106. You guys asked for some 106 footage. Here you go. It's fully perked up. The rolls he has on it is crit rating, magazine size, physical damage, and crit damage. And his stacks up to 27% damage for 1 second. So if we take our previous calculation, and I'm pretty sure it was 232 plus another 27 equals 259 extra bonus damage. Now here's the issue with the actual gun. Would you rather run a gun that has 280 bullets minus the 50 that you have to hit to max perk at 232 base damage? Or would you rather run a gun with 102 bullets minus 50 for the max perk, so 52 bullets at a little bit higher DPS? Personally, I feel that this the other one wins. The Mercury LMG is going to win anyway because of damage, but there's nothing wrong with the Swan. That's the main thing holding it back. Now, even if you take a look at the rolls on the gun itself are just kind of weird. It's definitely unique for a gun in this game. They do have specific rolls for that gun in particular. So if we go to view, upgrade, take a look here. Can we make it any better? Let's see if we can make it any better. So crit rating, crit damage, especially on a gun on this one that has inbuilt crit. So maybe we can get away with not using crit rating in the build. So maybe we'll do crit damage here, hypothetically, because I'm running out of perk up. So crit damage here. Then we would change this one to what? Magazine side, of course, especially using this Nutcracker build. We want the largest magazine we can possibly get. We have over here, I would make it energy. Just what I make all my guns because I'm lazy. Weapon stability, this definitely is getting taken off. And we're going to do magazine size here. So this, if we do both magazine size, without being able to tell if the 6th perk gives you diminishing returns or not, it's hard to say if it's worth leveling up. If you have one and you like it, feel free. But still, if you're one of the people that like the best stuff in the game, the Mercury LMG is going to outclass it in any way, shape, or form. Even with 177 bullets, if we do 177 minus 50, we're at a total of 127. So you have 127 bullets to do the most damage. And also, I believe when the gun came out, everybody was hyped for it. Everybody really wanted this gun because this 6th perk sounds amazing. I think the issue was, and don't quote me on this, I think White Sushi found this out, is that the 1 second is just too short. That's like switching one target. And if you miss one bullet, you lose the buff and you have to restack the entire perk, losing out on optimal damage for the first 15 bullets. I believe that's what was wrong with the gun. That coupled with a smaller magazine size just causes not as much damage as it sounds like on paper. On paper, this gun sounds amazing. So if you have one, this is how I would roll it, probably to test it out. If you want to roll it and give it out to me and I can try it in a game, that's fine too. I'm running out of perk up. There's just too many things to test. I'm doing my best to do so. The Swan is one of the most disappointing guns in the game from what I can remember. It released, I believe, around Halloween last year. I don't honestly remember, but I know a lot of people were disappointed with the perk once it got broken down. Is it a bad gun? No. You can see in the footage, it's a decent gun, it does decent damage. It just, like everything in this game, has gotten power creeped. There's just better rolls on better guns. In a level 100 mission with 4 people, I was hitting for 110,000 damage, fully racked up on headshots. That's per bullet with a decent fire rate. It's 800k a second, technically, math-wise, because it shoots 8 bullets per second, but it's okay. Guys, it's a fine gun. If you have it, use it. I'm not knocking it at all. You guys wanted me to review it. I did the best I could with the limited resources I'm finding myself with. I would do double magazine size, crit damage, and just leave it like that, and double crit damage. That's it. That's the best you can do probably with this gun, depending on what that 27% crit chance does. Remember, it's only up for a second. That's my quick here little bonus ThiccTak video for you. I hope you enjoyed it. Tonight will be a spear video that'll be out ASAP, probably 10 p.m. Eastern Standard. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the comments section. ThiccTak out.